Hey there, everyone. My name is Jeff Roberts. I'm an American composer and improviser. I live in Edmonton, Canada, and I currently teach at the University of Alberta. So I have a project coming up with percussionist Kevin von Kampen, contemporary art music project, Camp Ensemble, and the University of South Florida, to compose a new work for percussion quartet and found object ensemble. So we're looking for people to participate in our workshop, which is going to happen in mid to late January 2026, which is very fun and spontaneous, experimenting with found object sounds that we find on our own, recording those and developing ideas together that will eventually be used to compose the percussion quartet piece. We'll also be looking for people who participate in the workshop to also premiere the piece in March 2027. So that's a really fun and interesting process, especially if you don't perform or you don't have a lot of experience performing with new music. Being on stage and being able to create a piece with amazing sounds is just very fulfilling, and especially to do it as a group and the group that developed some of the music in the first place. So now you might be wondering, what is a found object? Well, a found object is something from everyday life that can be used to make music. So this is in contrast to music instruments. It can be literally anything from pots and bowls, pieces of wood, plastic wrappers, paper, soda cans, anything that can make a sound. The idea here is the exploration of sound. So when we think of music, we think of a music instrument. Despite its highly refined technique, it's still an object, although an object that's highly designed to make specific sounds with unique characteristics. So you can think of found objects as the same way. Each has their own unique characteristics, their own unique techniques to produce sound. So experimenting with found objects is all about discovering the language and techniques of the sounds that can be created with that object. So if you're interested in joining us for this project, one of the things we'd like to ask you to do is to search around for some objects. Try to see if you can find some sounds that are interesting and bring those objects with you to the workshop. So this doesn't need to be anything intense or overly serious. Really just to kind of go around and try to find some interesting sounds that objects make. At first you might find a sound on an object that only makes one sound that's interesting, but the more you explore the object, the more you'll hear different things. So for example, if you take this soda can here, it's got a tiny little bit of soda left in it. And if you listen to the sound that it makes, it's kind of a unique ringing sound. And then you can use the little water inside of it and bend the sound. Another example of interacting with this is a kind of a aluminum or metal pipe. So you can hit it, it'll make a ringing sound, but you have to hang it. But if you blow over the top, you can try this on a lot of different objects. It will make a sound almost like a flute sound. Then another sound, which is an everyday thing that you have in your kitchen, is a big spaghetti cooking pot. So this makes a gorgeous gong sound. Or you could hit it with something, or scrape it. So these are all sounds that are sort of the basis for a language that you can use to compose music. And these sounds are quiet sounds. They're soft, intimate sounds. So it's not just the sound itself we're looking at and thinking about using. We're also thinking about what happens if an ensemble of 10 or 15 people were to make this sound at the same time, kind of like a string orchestra and a string section and an orchestra all playing the same thing or slightly different things. So it's kind of a nucleus of an idea of a sound, and then you can build it and make it into different textures. In this piece, we'll also have subtle amplification on some of these sounds. So what might be an intimate sound that you can only hear close up, that in the composition, we can amplify some of these sounds so that they're able to project over larger parts of the audience. So consider that as well. when you're thinking about sounds, discovering sounds. Also, you can hear this excerpt right here playing. This is a whole ensemble of 15 people making wine glasses, making wine glass chimes. So a single hit of a wine glass compared to 15 people doing it amplifies and creates a whole new interesting sound texture. So the thing that intrigues me the most and why I've been directing projects like this for over 20 years is the idea of creative play. A creative play is an instinct in us that exists from childhood, sort of the unbounded exploration of the environment around you. So it's a very satisfying creative feeling to kind of explore without criticism or boundary. It also connects ourselves with our own inner worlds, our own intuitions and creative instincts. And this is not just a human instinct. It's an instinct of all mammals. Biologists discuss it as a survival instinct, so that when mammals are born and they spontaneously and boundlessly explore the environment, they're doing it to understand, but in the long term, when they mature, they're looking to be able to know how to use their own instincts and minds to solve problems in moments of danger or urgency. So that instinct is so fundamental in all of us. We may lose some contact with that when we grow into adults, but it's always there underneath. And that's the reason why I work with found objects, because that kind of creative play, it's not just fun, especially with a community, it leads to spontaneous and intuitive discovery. As a composer, that sitting at my desk alone trying to compose, I could not come up with myself. So having a group of people spontaneously explore and experiment with things always produces so many ideas, and that's the fun part of it. So that's what this project is all about.